Guys, don't forget, as part of the Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel, for $5 every month, not only do you get every episode of the Pete and Sebastian show a day early with no commercials, but you also get Loose Ends live every Tuesday, all for $5. Sebastian comes on all the time, and we take calls, and we do it every Tuesday. So there you go. We'll see you over there on Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel, Loose Ends. All right, guys, this ain't the little itty-bitty, teeny, tiny bowl. This is the Super Bowl LIX. Get in the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THECAST. That's the code THECAST, all one word, for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. It's yours, folks.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Okay, welcome to the Pete and Sebastian Show. Left off on Patreon last time with meditation, Transcendental Meditation, which I've heard about for the last 10 years, never tried it until recently. Jerry Seinfeld, not to drop names, but he is the one that was instrumental in getting me into this type of practice, which we were trained in this over a 4-day period by an individual who came to our home.
Wow.
Lana is yeah, we didn't do it needs to be taught to you through an individual. It's not something that you get taught through a book or anything like that. So we, especially me, have adopted this practice as part of my life. Now, listen, this is not no hippy dippy. I've tried meditation in the past. This is not no hippy dippy. Oh, sit in silence and feel the clothes against your skin and get away the thoughts that come into your head. Get the thoughts out of your head. It's not that. Very simple practice. Anybody could do it. And you do it twice a day. Right when you get up for 20 minutes and around 3 o'clock in the afternoon for 20 minutes. And the whole concept is getting into a state of rest where your body and mind are at ease. What it has done for me, and I'm not going to go into the whole like what you're supposed to do. It's very simple what you do. It's not like, oh, you need to.
Well, good. You say it's simple, but then you say you need someone to come to the house and teach it for 4 days. Can you teach it to me on the road?
No, you would need somebody who's familiar with the practice and how to teach it in order for you to grasp it conceptually. The act of doing it is nothing, but kind of what goes around it needs some explanation. Now, I took to this right away because I felt I needed something like this to recharge my battery. I've felt for the last, let's say 12 to 15 years, that I've been in a state of fog, and my energy levels have definitely been depleted. I'm not thinking clearly, just too much information coming at me and not really taking care and giving rest to my mind and my body. Now, what this has done for me,
Yeah.
and if I've only been doing this for 24 days, and this goes along with the drinking as well. Yes, does not drinking have improved my quality of life? Yes, but this, in addition, has made me a lot sharper in my day-to-day. It's, like 3 o'clock, and I don't know if you feel this, maybe just me, but at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I start to feel a little sluggish, maybe a few yawns.
For sure.
And when you take a nap and you get up, sometimes you feel worse than when you went to take a nap. You don't feel refreshed. You feel almost a little bit more tired. What this is giving me a shot of energy during the mid-afternoon, which I was definitely looking for. And it's made me overall a happier guy. Not that I've lost my edge at all, but it's made me a lot more happier in my day-to-day. My anxiety is not necessarily where it used to be before I started this. Again, my tolerance, my patience level has definitely been noticeably different. I could get through the day doing tasks with an abundance of energy that I never had in the past.
Nice.
And I can't promote it enough. Again, I was a naysayer. Right, I ain't doing that. But Seinfeld has been doing it since he's been 19 years old. And he's a huge proponent of it. And from what I understand through my research is anybody that's kind of at the top of their game in any field, whether it be the medical field, an athlete, an actor, a tech entrepreneur, are participating in this type of meditation because it offers a lot. Now, that being said, I'm not one of these guys going, you should do it, this, that, and the other thing. But I feel that your temperament on a day-to-day is quite volatile. No?
Mine.
Yours.
Oh. I was just wondering, I couldn't tell when the infomercial ended and we went back to a show. Ho! I'm only kidding.
Similar to mine, you could be on edge at times in your day, right? Just in hearing your stories and how you behave. It's confrontational, volatile. You're out there yelling at people, right? It's
I'd like to run an example past you, and now that you're a part of this, I know you have to have experienced it, but maybe you could tell me, seeing things the way you're seeing it now, how you would have dealt with it. Because I was about to tell you, when we were playing in in Salt Lake City, I'm coming in for a landing, and I just never had this. I happen to have all 3 seats to myself, and I'm in the middle seat. And there's mountains. I don't know if people have never flown into Salt Lake. It's beautiful. There's mountains on both sides. And we're coming in, and even I'm looking at him, and I hear a guy, ends up being about mid-20s. Excuse me, sir. He's across the aisle from me. He's holding up his phone, and he goes, to hand me his phone, he goes, can you take a photo of the mountains out the window from your side for me? What the fuck? Now, if I was doing this TM, would I have taken his phone and said, sure, would you like panoramic or regular? Because that's not what I said. Jesus Christ. I looked at him like, hey, I don't even do that for my wife. The fuck? Take your phone?
What
risk
did you
COVID
say?
by putting your shit to my ear? I said, what? I said, what? I go, what? And then, thank God, the woman sitting in the row in front of me goes, oh, I'll do it. I got a good view from here. And then I was like, took it in. I was like, what? Because I was like, what? And then she grabbed his phone, And then he literally goes to her, can you zoom in? But now if I was on, do you just like, would you have taken the phone and said, sure? Like, are you seeing things differently? Like, because you would usually be there right with me, getting like hot under the collar that someone wanted you to take their phone. Does this enlighten you to the world? Gandhi Jr.?
No. It's not gonna change your personality in a way where you start behaving like you're Mother Teresa. I'll give you an example where when we evacuated, I was filling up gas at a gas station, and you probably don't get this in Fredonia, but you've probably seen this in your life. Gas stations in Los Angeles tend to be a epicenter for either criminals, panhandling, what have you. So I'm doing the gas. Woman comes behind me, right? So right away I'm on high alert. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, I need gas. I need gas, sir. Right? Right away, I'm like, where's the other guy where's he coming from? Like, this is like a distraction, right?
Right, yeah.
Like the other guy's gonna come in, knock me over the head. I don't need money, sir. I just need gas. She had this lisp that was bothering me. So I look at her stone face, right? I can't help you. Right? There's no, I don't give any indication that I could be swayed to give you anything.
I
right?
can't help you. That's just perfect.
Then, no, sir, I don't need money. I don't need your money. I am stranded. I need gas. I need gas.
Shit. Bro, you're like Meryl Streep with the dialect. It's unbelievable. You're nailing it. And I wasn't even there.
I can't help you. Twice. Same way. Right?
Oh,
I look at her car. I look at the car, right? The car looked like her. You ever like you ever look at somebody and you could almost go, I could probably pick out your car in the parking lot. Just based on what I'm seeing right now, right? Car looked like
so funny.
Car, like headlight broken, back of the car smashed, like an accident. Right. Hubcap gone. It's all coming together. Right. She walks away, gets into her car, and drives off. What happened to gas? The way she was saying it, like the car was dead. And then she drives off. I mean, come on, man. It's like saying you got no teeth, and next thing you know, you're eating steak. Come on.
Right. The one thing you said you need is here, and you leave? Come on. Yeah. Did she even have a gas can or anything? So
no, she wanted me to go to, I don't know what she wanted. It was a scam. She wanted me to go over to give the credit card, give her gas. Either she had a credit card reader in there, and she was. I don't know what she was doing. It don't sound right, though. Don't sound right.
Right. Well,
even before,
because this all
before that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go.
Even before that, what? Because this is all.
I told my wife, lock the car. When I'm outside, you lock the car doors inside. Mm-hmm. Because I got the kids in there and whatnot. I don't want anybody like opening up the door and whatnot. You've seen too many Instagram videos of someone pumping gas and someone coming in on the other side and sneaking in the car, right? That ain't happening.
Yeah.
So no, does the TM change your response to people? No. However, it does make you more pleasant to be around. You're not so quick to be argumentative, at least from my experience, all right? So I'm done with the infomercial. What I would like to know.
I was kidding. I'm curious about it, but go ahead.
All right, DraftKings, baby. This ain't the little itty-bitty, teeny-tiny bowl. This is Super Bowl 59. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 bonuses bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THECAST. That's code THECAST, all one word, for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
What I would like to know, which I find fascinating, if that woman did not interrupt saying, hey, I'll take the photo, would you have taken the photo? And if not, what would be your excuse to the guy that you're not going to take the photo?
Again, interesting you say that, because that's why I said thank God she said that, because I don't know what I would do. And then I had thought about it, and I think what I probably would have said something a little rude, and then I would have felt bad about it. But in the end, I think I would have probably said, like, I don't want to touch your phone, so that's kind of rude. But I think I would have got up and let him get in and take the photo himself. We were coming in for a landing. I'm not sure you were allowed to get out of your seat anymore, but I think more than anything, the fact that I was like, that I was uncomfortable and a little pissed that he asked me to do it at all. I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Am I like not nice enough? So that's why in the past I liked you pre-TM, because I know you would have been like, nah, the fuck, get the phone, but now I don't know. Now you might have been like,
I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
But you're saying that you don't have a fuse anymore, man. You say you don't have a fuse anymore.
Not that I don't have a fuse. What I'm saying is, I think my around like, for example, my wife, I think she finds that I have a lot more patience now than I've had in the past. I'm not easy to bite. I still have an edge, but I'm not easy. I'm not coming out. Believe me, I'm a little bit more mild-mannered around the family, where before I was a little bit more on edge. And I think what this has done for me is it kind of grounded me in my own self, where I'm more aware of, and I edit myself a little bit better than I've had in the past. It's really given me a little bit of perspective, but I still have what you have in that.
Yeah.
If that guy asked me, I said, why don't you just go in the row and you take it, bro? I don't know kind of what you want or whatnot. But I would still feel like I would never say that to anybody else. I would never, could you take a photo? I would never do that.
I get it if he wanted me to take a photo with his phone of him and his wife, but to ask me to take a photo of something, else other than you is weird to me. I don't know,
So you're saying that if somebody asks you to take a photo, like, hey, could you take a photo of my family in front of the Empire State Building, is more acceptable than someone saying, hey, could you take a photo of the mountain range?
100%. Not only is it more acceptable, I remember back in my nicer days in New York City, when you ever see when a family's looking for someone to do that, I do a slow walk by, like, ask me, I'll do it. I don't offer it, but yeah, sure. Take a nice one. Enjoy your time. I give the phone back with, enjoy your time in the city, like, so that they leave saying good things about us. But the minute you want me to take a photo without you in it, that's weird. That's weird.
I agree.
Calling out across
I think a non-human photo is definitely something a little bit above and beyond the expectation. But speaking of photos, have you and Jackie ever been looking for someone to take a photo of you in front of wherever, and you see someone taking a photo and you offer to take a photo of them, go, hey, do you need me to take a photo? And take a photo. And you're doing that just so because you want them to take a photo of you, so you feel like you have to do the favor first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we find ourselves in that position a lot. And if you are going to ask somebody to take a photo, do you size them up and say to yourself, that guy don't know how to take a photo? Like, just based on the way people look, do you go, that guy ain't going to give me a good photo? Or,
God. Yeah. So many times that, like, especially if there's a family and one of the parents is like it's a whole family walking by. I'm like, you take a photo. If like the husband grabs it in my head, I'm like, give it to the wife or the daughter. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
I think you as a family have to determine who is the best photographer, because there's been times where people go, hey, can you take a photo? I go, my wife is the best at this, you know. And I think you have to have that, because sometimes you get a photo and you get it back. Do you ever do this? See if you like it, right? And then you look at it and you don't like it. But if I give it back to you, what are you going to do different to make it good? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it could be maybe your eyes weren't open in the photo or anything, but I don't do that. I give it back like a track baton, and I'm walking away. Like, I make it clear there's no round two with me. Some people, you ever do that? They give you the phone back. Tell me if you like it. If not, take another one. I'm like, geez, I picked a guy with fucking all day on his hands, huh? Bro, I'm jealous now. This TM shit. I feel like you and Seinfeld are up in a clubhouse pulling the rope up, and I'm like, let me up. And you're like, you don't know how to do it.
No. You make a good point. I feel like I got a superpower.
Oh, man. Yeah, well.
Now, I got to tell you, on stage, I've seen a difference.
Wow.
I went to do comedy the other night, and you ever get in a moment on stage where it's an idea that you had, and then, or it could come off of maybe a bit you already have, and then you add on to it, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't even write that down, or I just thought about it on stage. You ever have these moments?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I found that those moments for me were not as much as they were in the past. I felt like when I was younger, in my late 30s, early 40s, I would have these moments on stage where I'd be like so in the moment that I'm like, where did that come from? Like, where did that come from? I might have subconsciously thought it, and then boom, it shot out of my brain unknowingly. But I felt like in the last 5 years, I've been a little bit more regimented in my material, going, okay, this is this bit, this is that bit. And there's been really no kind of like exploring. So I went on stage the other night at the Comedy Store, and I started with an idea, and it was evacuations and the fire. And just had some things loosely planned in my head, and boom, I was off to the races. And it was one of those sets where I didn't even know kind of like where I was, what I was doing. And it was like, oh, and it lasted for, I don't know, maybe 2.5 minutes, like in the moment, just doing stuff. And I popped out of it. I'm like, oh, wow, that's what I want to see. So Seinfeld had mentioned that you are definitely going to see how it affects your stand-up, because now you're seeing things in a lot more of a focused way than you ever had before, and it's compounded. The meditation, you build upon each meditation, so it's like you keep getting better and better and better at it. So listen, I've been doing it for 3 weeks, and I couldn't be more happier with it.
There was last cast, and I don't even think we ended up using it, but there was a moment where I said something about the fires in LA, and we were talking about the snowplows of Buffalo, and I went on this bit of a rant. And that's like the equivalent of what you're saying when you're on stage, is when I have a moment, like whether it's on the cast, talking with a couple people, like at dinner with you and John or anything like that, and my mouth goes and I go. And I have this idea. I did it once with John. We're having dinner, and I was like, you eat your survivor food. So I know what you're talking about when you get in a moment and you go with it and things are coming out of your mouth and you're like, this is funny. I'm even having fun. My thing where the TM might help me is, because once I say it, that's it. But there it goes, up there with the birds. I don't have the discipline, the organization and everything else to then take that, write it down, remember it. Before the show, say it to yourself. Like, there's so much more prep than just being on that stage, I feel that Seinfeld's probably fantastic about.
Well, to speak to this point, I have been more diligent of just like doing stuff like that. Like sometimes it's like I get an idea and I go, I'll remember that. I don't remember it because I didn't write it down. I feel like I'm being a lot more proactive when it comes to either, let me write that down. It's a good idea. I like it. I'll see a recipe on Instagram and I'm like, I want to make that. So before I'll just like, I'll remember to come back to that or whatnot. Now I save it and write down the ingredients. So next time I'm at the grocery store, I'm like, so it's, for me, it's whatever it is.
Wow. Yeah.
Whatever it is. I'm doing things that I haven't done in the past, and I'm attributing it to this meditation because my head is a lot more clear and has a lot more space to allow information to come in, because I felt like before, it's like, it also helped with memory too. And, sometimes you're like, I'm getting older, I'm forgetting things.
Yeah.
Which could be the case, but also another half of that is you have so much more information coming at you than you had probably 25 years ago that you're always trying to filter what to remember and what, like sometimes it's like, what the hell is that woman's name? I just met her, whatever. Or what's that actor's name from that movie? It's like a movie, Young Guns. Who was in Young Guns? Oh, that was the guy, I know the guy, I just can't get it.
Yeah.
This, for whatever the reason, the recall is a lot sharper than it has been in the past. Listen, I could go on and on. I'm just saying, I think you should give it a shot.
I don't even know if I need a TM. It sounds like if I just stopped drinking and took a break from everything.
That's another story. That's another podcast. But,
the drinking, I literally never. First of all, when we're on the road, I think you're saying you're painting a little bit of a wrong picture. You barely ever. It's been like 5 times we went out for drinks over the course of like 5-6 months. For me, a couple blue moons every night too, and that's it. When I'm home, I don't drink. I couldn't care less. I do like my chicken, my weed. I'll admit that, but I don't know. Are you like? I feel like I'd be really alert, and it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, wow, this TM is great. Like I have my energy, but. What am I doing? What am I doing? Am I still on my phone just with a lot of energy? Am I still on Instagram? Are you like Bradley Cooper in that movie where he took the pills where you're fucking learning French overnight?
It's kind of like that. It's not like you're amped up at night because you don't want to do it too late in the afternoon where it kind of bleeds into your sleep. And you bring up a great point. My sleep has improved leaps and bounds because sometimes during the TM, you'll actually fall into a nap. And a TM nap is so much better than actual sleep. If you do fall asleep during TM, the benefits are far more greater if you were to just go take a nap. All right. So, and what happens when you do the meditation, you fall asleep, your body's actually telling you, I need rest. I need to pull back a little bit. Even if it's for 3 minutes, you do. Sometimes I do it off for 3 minutes. I pop right back into my, conscious mind. But the sleep for me has been a game changer because my sleep was so bad, so much so where, there was like a sleep apnea component where I was waking up throughout the night. Now that I monitor my sleep, I've been monitoring my sleep for the last 5 years on this ring, and I'm looking at my ring sleep now, and there's no more times that I'm waking up during the night. Again, that has a lot to do with alcohol, but also has a lot to do with this TM. So I don't know, bro. It's something that I can't give you. It's great.
Yeah. Well, one thing I don't understand though is when you do like the 3 PM, I've been napping for years, and usually that's around the time. The one thing I will say before I get into the nap, because I don't want to forget to say, is I have a problem when I go in my office to write or read a script or like something I'm working on like that. Man, I got about a 45-minute window, and then my eyes are like weights. Like I just get so tired to the point where I sneak a pillow in my little office. And you can't see me in there when I lock the door, like Jackie and Sadie can't. And I'll lay down on the floor, and I'll just so my wife thinks I'm in there writing or whatever. Not that she'd care, but I don't want my family to see me. And I'm on the floor like a POW. Out for like 10 minutes, and then I'll wake up and I'll write again. Then like 40 minutes later, my lids go back down, and I can't go much more than an hour without needing like a 5 to 10 minute nap. Now with the TM, are you just like you can just keep going?
I like the fact that you're what I call cheat sleeping. Okay,
Right.
You act like you're doing something so bad, right? Like you're cheating on your wife, but like if you walked into a room and Jackie said, "Hey, I'm gonna go on the treadmill," right? And let's say you walked in and she was sleeping on the floor next to the treadmill, would you go, "What are you doing?" Or would you?
If she was on the couch, I wouldn't. If she was, I go, "Oh, you're not feeling well," because she never takes a nap.
So if Jackie walked in, and when you were in quote unquote a writing session, which sounds more like a nap.
No, 45 minutes writing, 15 nap.
Listen, let's call it.
I've been very sympathetic to your TM, all right? So please.
But let's call it what it is. You should just say, "Hey, I'm going to
call
take
things
it."
what they are? Is that what we're going to do now? Okay, I'll go after you.
Let's just call it what it is. You should just say, "Babe, I'm going in for a nap, and I might wake up to write."
Oh, that's
Rather
great.
than I'm going to write, and I might take a nap periodically. So listen.
Oh,
yes.
God. Sadie goes, "Dad, why do you lock the door?" Because I don't want you to walk in and see me on the floor like I've been kidnapped by Al Qaeda. All right.
So, do you think if Sadie walked in and saw her father sleeping on a small pillow on the floor, that it would totally change her opinion of you?
Yeah, I grew up, and I think you'll find this too, okay? My dad, my whole life, I don't think I ever saw my dad nap, and I saw him cry like once, maybe twice. And I think you grew up similarly. I feel that guys I grew up with, friends of mine, who have seen their dad nap from time to time on the couch growing up, they don't have the level of respect that I have for my fucking dad, because I've never seen that. Never come home, see my dad with a fucking Afghan up to his chin. watching reruns of Abbott and Costello because it's snowing out. Get the fuck. Oh, see that little ramp? That's even. I don't even do the TM.
I know, but
Where'd that come from?
if you had a TM, that rant would have lasted another minute. So listen. It's amazing. It's amazing what our kids, how they dictate and how they look at you and me as a father. I went to pick up Serafina yesterday at school, and I had an outfit that I've never worn before. She goes, Dad, I never seen you in that before. She goes, I don't like it. I don't like the outfit. I said, well, why not? She says, I don't like you in shorts, because I had shorts on.
Oh, wow.
And I said, why? She goes, because you have hairy legs. I don't want to see that. And I'm like, oh. Throughout the outfit. I felt like she saw me in a different light because I was wearing shorts, and that made me not as a like superior figure to her.
Right.
It almost like lessened my like she almost like looked at me as an equal. Like, my dad's wearing shorts.
Lion King. If Mustafa came walking up and he had braided part of his fucking mane, right? The dad, the little lion would be like, Dad, what's with the braid in your hair? That's what she's feeling about the shorts. It's like you said, it's not that alpha. Where's my alpha dad?
Yeah, where's the dad that's going to get us out of a fire?
Oh, this is the new TM dad. I wear flip-flops. I wear flip-flops now.
Do you want to see my new TM footwear? You want to see my new TM footwear?
Oh, no. Turn it. I can't see it. Whoa. Oh, my God. Those are the Tony Soprano. We're going to Miami shoes. Get your shoes. Get your shoes. We're going to Miami. Bro, man.
Wow, bro.
Oh, God. I don't know. So I'm dying to know, though, how this works. Like, when I know you say, this is what I don't like about the TM community. They tell you how it's working for them, and it's great, and it's not hard to do, and then they leave it all on the vine. Like they like it's like when I do a scroll down and they don't on the computer when they get me into a story, and then they never end up telling me what the headline said I was going to be promised. So like, what are you doing in the morning? You wake up in the morning. Just what are you doing?
I wake up. I don't have any coffee. You don't want any stimulant. All right. Okay. You wake up out of your bed. You go sit in a chair in a quiet room. Okay. There's an app that you do. It's a timer. So you don't have to open your eyes and keep looking at the time. So you time yourself 20 minutes.
What, there's a Transcendental app you can get?
Yeah. It's just a timer. It's a clock, really. And
that's what I'm saying, though. Can we have the name of it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's all like I already said too much. It's just a clock.
No,
I'm afraid Jerry's gonna page you now. Going,
no,
guy,
it's called.
Well, what are you telling too much?
It's called the TM timer. TM timer.
TM timer. All right.
Okay.
How is that different than just using the timer on my alarm clock? Stopwatch.
You don't need the TM timer. You could use any clock that you want. We just got the TM timer because what it does here is you set it for like 2 minutes. Let's say it's 2 minutes a minute to get, close your eyes, relax, and then boom, it starts. Now, there's two things that you got to do during the TM. One is there's a mantra they give you to say. All right. And the mantra is different for everybody. And then number two is like these thoughts are going to flood into your mind. So you close your eyes and say, let's say the thoughts like, I gotta do a podcast with Pete today, and I'm gonna do 3 podcasts, and at 12:30 I got an appointment, and then boom, you say the mantra. Wow. And then more thoughts come in, and it could be it could be obscure, it could be I was thinking about like the Ritz elves, the Ritz cracker elves at one point. That popped into my head. But you let it basically how he describes it is there's waves. There's a bunch of waves on top of the ocean, and that's what we're living in. The waves, constant waves. But beneath that is calm, right?
Right.
And where we want to get to operating is beneath the waves, because you're making decisions in the waves, and those decisions might not be the right decisions because you're in turbulent water. What you want to do is get to calmer waters and live your life down here rather than in the waves, right?
Now,
so this, go ahead.
That's so fascinating. My fear with that, though, and I don't want to give examples, but the passion's on the top of the waves. So now you're taking me under the water, and that where it's calmer. But I feel like the passion gets taken out of the equation. You know what I mean? Like if I'm seeing everything calmly and like I'm supposed to make mistakes based on fucking instant and I love you and when I'm down here, it's just all What do you think?
No, I could see why you might be a little, because I felt like that too. It's like, oh, am I gonna not be aggravated at things that I used to be aggravated and make comedy out of those aggravations?
And impassioned by the things that you will maybe, am I overly impassioned by things and now I'm seeing them clearer and like, that thing I said was so great wasn't that great.
No, I look at it as I don't want to be in a state of chaos.
Okay.
While trying to come up with either decisions for my family, comedy, health, what have you. I'd rather be at a calmer state of mind where I could focus more on each specific thing rather than coming at it with a lot of chaos.
This sounds like you're trying to get your mind into the place of a retired person.
Maybe.
That just wakes up and don't know if it's, but still be great, but still live a life like the way they wake up and everything seems simpler. They figured it all out. You know what I mean?
Well, when you talk to Seinfeld and when you hang out with him, there's a carefree attitude, and this is, his personality, but there seems to be a very at ease, like, what's the problem? Just, it just seems to be very, and I would like to get more to that than always like, what? What do you mean? I don't want to live my life like that. I just constantly upset, right?
Right. And like people I know could argue, if you have the money he has, but if he's been doing this since he was 19, he's probably felt like this his whole life, his whole adult life.
Yeah, he don't know. He doesn't know any different. Like he basically has been doing this, so he just doesn't know what it feels like probably to be someone like you or me to have this kind of angst and this chaos going on in our life. I just felt like, I don't know, it was one of these things where I was seeking something out, I found it, and I'm doing it. Very happy with it. Also very happy.
It's great. No, you should be. And it's like, you don't have to justify, I feel. I'm just asking questions, but what I really gets me going about it is the amount of time I spend with thoughts of other people, other things that that just come into my head that like I don't care about, and they make me mad for a second, thoughts are being stolen from me every day. And this is a big culprit of it. But I'm constantly thinking of things, and I'm much better at it than I was when I was younger and more angrier. But I still, like when I'm with my daughter or my wife, I'm in the moment. When I give myself credit for that. But I just hate how I'll get up in the morning and I'll think of something. And then I go to brush my teeth and I'm like, I'm in a bad mood. Why am I in a bad mood? And I'm like, oh, because of that. All right, fuck that. But I was in a bad mood for 3 minutes because of some bullshit thing that was in my head that like, I feel like you're clearing your head of all that kind of bullshit that's just stealing from your time.
You're right. this definitely causes emotions and what have you that, like, you know, because they say don't look at the phone right when you wake up because something might be in there that you're like, what'd she do today? Yeah. And then now you're walking around with this, like, whether it was what somebody said in the news, a political figure, what's going on in the world. You see,
bro,
like
even you, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I wake up and just like, and I'm making this up, but like seeing a comedian on a ski lift, and I'm going, and in my head I'm like, oh, she have a gig there? How'd she get there? I like, what the do I care? I don't even know this person. I don't care about ski. Like, you know, and what could have I thought of for that 2-3 minutes of my life? I could have. Damn it. Getting robbed, dude. And when you ever just sit in the airport and watch people walk by and they're like this, just like, you know, like you're all, it's invasion of the body snatches, man. And like, I'm literally going to get up and be right there with you in 2 seconds.
Well, you know what it's done, and I don't know. Again, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm totally a revamped person, but what I've noticed is my phone usage has gone down and my reading has gone up. So I don't look necessarily.
Books?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Books.
Nice.
Articles. I'm on the iPad a little bit more, reading like articles and books more than I am scrolling now on Instagram, just because of what you just said is like, what am I looking for in here? What am I looking for?
Right.
Or is this just is this like a numbing, killing time? Oh, look at this guy. He's beating the shit out of somebody in the street. And then the next video is a motivational speaker. Next video is, hey, don't use plastics. You're killing yourself. The next video is, LeBron scored 41. It's like, what is all this? What is all this for?
Oh, God. I'm getting sick. What is it for? I watch fights. Like street fights. Oh shit, he got out of his car. He just got out of his car.
Yeah.
My daughter's eating breakfast by herself because I'm watching a fight in fucking Missouri.
I do it too, and I have the same thought. I'm saying I'm watching 2 guys at a traffic light at a road rage fight, right? And I'm like, oh fuck, he took a pipe out, and then next thing you know, I hear my daughter, talking to the dog because she got nobody to talk to. I'm like, what the?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Jeez, I even speaking of dog, I've seen my dog. I've walked my dog, and I've seen my dog do a look back, and then it sees me looking at my phone and goes, "Oh, I guess we'll just walk it." Like even the dog knows. And I'm never, ever, 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 ever looking at anything that matters. Fucking crazy. Yeah, it's not like I'm ever going, well, they just show me how to cure cancer. Hold on. It's nothing. God, bro, man. Teach this shit to me. I don't know. Is there a method that you could still drink and smoke pot and do TM? Or do you gotta like not do any of that? I mean, Seinfeld's also never looked like the kind of guy that I'd want to spend a Saturday night with. No offense, because I know I'm not the kind of guy he wants to spend one with. I know that.
I think you could still indulge in your hobbies, all right?
Uh-huh.
But
yeah.
I think if you want the full effect of living a clean lifestyle, and listen, I don't want to get like, I'm just saying, like, I love wine. I like it because I like the taste of it, right? And I love it because of the communal effect. Like if everybody's drinking wine, it's just more like, it's just like fun. I'm not necessarily doing it for the buzz. I'm doing it because, like, I love a New York strip steak. Right. I just love that. That's the same thing I feel with wine. However, the wine gives you the after effects are not very beneficial. So is it worth giving up the alcohol to feel great every single day of the week? Or do you want to feel great for 2 hours at night with the alcohol, and then the next day you get up and you're like, what the fuck? I'm exhausted, and I can't, my workout's not going to be as good. I'm not going to be as present as I want to be with my family. And again, I'm not sitting over here one of these guys that you gotta clean up your lifestyle. It's not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that right now, for the 24 days that I've been doing the meditation and the alcohol, I'm operating on optimal efficiency.
No, hey, listen, I get it, but I also want to add to that. Because, again, I champion anyone who does that if that's what they want to do. I think pretty soon you're going to be able to hang out, if not already, on a Saturday night and have just as much fun and just as much laughs without wine. I mean, you're probably not going to ever stay up till 3:30 in the morning, but yeah. And then you get the best of both worlds.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we went out with John and you and I at the Denver restaurant, had a great time. Yeah, I'm gonna go out Saturday night with the two couples. They're gonna be drinking. Lana and I are not. I'm gonna have a blast because I know I'm not gonna have to take it. Okay.
No, we weren't. Listen. Last Saturday night, it wasn't all there. It wasn't all. I pulled back my fun meter to match the table. So, and your friend was a lot of fun, but like you gotta get it up there a little bit more before.
All right, guys, we're gonna leave on that laugh.
Oh, come on!
Oh my God! What's this? Oh my!
Look at the candles! Don't burn yourself.
What's this? What?
She said, "Shut up."
The what?
Oh. She's just getting. All right, we're ending this show now. Okay.
What?
Oh my God! Do you believe this?
What is she getting?
Huh? She's getting a pair of socks. She's getting a pair of socks out of the dresser drawer behind me. She's literally, my wife is behind me telling me, "Leave me alone. I'm not here. Just leave me alone." That's what she said. We're having our closets. There she goes. All right. Thanks, Jack. All right. Well, there you go. So, Jackie was on the show.
What a great way to end a great show. Thank you for listening to Pete and Sebastian Show. We'll be back next week. Take care.